Boatbuilding News, the podcast. Let's do it. Welcome to Boatbuilding News, the podcast, a series of engaging interviews with key individuals from within the marine industry. I'm excited. This is going to be epic. Hey, Antonija, welcome to the Boatbuilding News podcast.
Hello, and thank you for having me.
So I'm quite excited because you were just telling me this is your first podcast experience.
Yes, it actually is, and I'm a bit nervous, but I'm sure everything will be fine in 30 seconds.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. So, Antonija, you wear so many hats. You've got Yachtmaster Group, Croatia Yacht Show, Icebreaker Magazine, Charter Meetup. Take us back a bit, share a little bit about your career journey and what's inspired you to create these platforms.
Well, yeah, there's like you mentioned, there's lots of projects that we do. So basically, just to sum up, I did not invent them. It was Tino Prosnik, the founder of the Yachtmaster Group, many years ago. So we started off in 2015, creating various events for the yacht charter industry, and I actually joined the company in 2018 when things were already, let's say, set up in a way. So I got it easy. So yeah, we're actually making events and some kind of networking platforms for the yacht charter industry, and we always focus on B2B networking events. So like you mentioned, we have ICE, which is the International Charter Expo, the biggest B2B yacht charter show in the world. We have a lot smaller event called the Charter Meetup. This is, let's say, a local B2B networking event, which we have in Greece. We had it in Italy this year as well. So who knows, maybe next year it will be in Turkey or somewhere else.
Oh, wow.
We had the first ever Croatian Yacht Show last year. This was really nice. So we had more than 30 super yachts all in one place. Lots of international brokers managed to see the yachts firsthand, come to Croatia. And as everyone knows, Croatia is a hot destination now. So yeah, it was kind of perfect. Wow. And last but not least, we're doing the Icebreaker Magazine, which is like a small, fun project. It's a B2B magazine for a yacht charter industry. So we like to connect everybody in our industry together in person, through paper, online. So it's what we do.
You sound quite possibly like you're the only person I've spoken to that could be busier than me.
Maybe, yeah, but I have a good team behind me. So I think this is honestly like one of the important things. If you have a good team that really have the same vision like you, it's easy to have so much work.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's where I'm going wrong. I need more of a team.
Yeah, you do. Especially if you have a good girls team, that's amazing like I do. So we're all girls except Tino, our founder. So we get along well and we manage to do everything perfectly. Which
oh my gosh, I love that.
I love that. Well,
so, but right back at the beginning, why the yacht charter industry? What's so specific about that? What drew you to it?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, as a child, I loved sailing. I went sailing with my family often when we were in Croatia. So I always had this kind of connection to the sea and yachts. And I somehow one time just saw a random job post for a B2B networking manager. I applied. I didn't get the job because I completely failed in the interview.
Oh, no.
But then afterwards, Tino called me back, said, but you were perfect for sales and organizing. Are you interested? I'm like, yeah, of course. And somehow, I don't know, I kind of found myself into it. I love connecting people. I love doing interesting and fun projects. So it kind of happened randomly. And 8 years later, I'm still here today.
Do you know what? I think that's true of so many situations. I mean, when I look at myself on Boatbuilding News, I never sat there and thought, oh, one day I want to, be a yachting influencer. It wasn't a conscious decision. I just sort of accidentally created it, loved it, and it's just snowballed.
Exactly.
So I think that's the best way. It's sort of organically grown.
Exactly. And our industry, as you know, I'm sure you know, it's a really nice industry. People are amazing. You get to travel, you get to see all these cool things around the world. So it's kind of like drawing you in. You cannot leave. Once you enter, there's no going back.
Can you imagine going to do, say we did the same job we do now, but in another industry? We'd be so disappointed, wouldn't we?
It would be boring, I think. I don't know. Yachts are a fun project and a fun product, but it's everything together with yachts, the people, the travel, the industry, the innovations, everything. So it's a really nice place to work.
I know. And I mean, I know I'm utterly obsessed with it, but you're absolutely right. It's not just the fact it's the yachts, which are obviously, wonderful. There is something unique about the people that work in this industry that is just special, isn't it?
Yeah. I honestly think that's even more than the yachts, because after some time and some years, all of the yachts in the end look the same. Okay. They're bigger, they're nicer, but
they're white, they're
yachts,
shiny,
but it's the people. Yeah. it's the people that make it really nice. So, and the experiences you get to experience on yachts and at the shows and at various events.
Oh my goodness.
It's lovely.
So talking of shows, so we've had Cannes and Monaco put behind us. Now I'm starting to think ICE Charter Expo. So it's a must attend event in the yacht charter world. But what's going to make this year's edition so special?
Lots of things. So actually, so this is actually our 10th year having ICE. It sounds a lot. It is a lot. We started off as a bareboat show many years ago, so it was purely sailing boats and catamarans. But since COVID, we realized that there's this whole new industry of super yachts, crude catamarans, crude yachts that are all over the world. So we started expanding into this, and this is the first year that we actually have the super yacht village. So 10 years from the beginning, we evolved and introduced the super yacht village, where we have more than 300 crude, let's say, super yachts represented by various CAs from all over the world, from the UAE, Dubai, New Zealand, Australia, Galapagos, the typical destinations like Greece, Croatia, Turkey, of course. So let's say this is one big thing that people can expect this year. Yeah, it's 10 years, so it's a really nice number. I'm happy to say that we wouldn't exist if the whole industry wasn't supportive. So thanks to them for giving us 10 years of lovely ICE.
Yeah.
And just lots of networking opportunities. In these 10 years, we've really evolved the matchmaking softwares that we do, the networking events, the whole experience at ICE. It's really nice and like a big family. So I think that's one of the nice things you'll get to experience at this year's ICE as well.
Oh my goodness! So it's gonna be my first year at ICE, and oh my goodness, I am super excited.
I think you will love it. It's a lot different than Cannes and Monaco, like you mentioned. Okay,
yeah, you had me at Super Yacht. You had me at Super Yacht. I'm there.
Yeah. There are no super yachts. Please don't be disappointed when you come to Amsterdam. You will not see a big, lovely yacht and a hostess waiting to give you a drink.
That's outrageous.
It's like a trade show. So there's lots of booths and graphics, but it's really, really business efficient. It's really fun. The whole atmosphere is really relaxed, but really efficient and focused on business. So it's cool.
I'm oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So who should definitely be attending? If you're in the charter industry, what sort of people should definitely be there?
Honestly, any kind of company that wants to work in the yacht charter industry already works anything with charters. So we have yacht owners, we have various central agents that represent yachts, agencies, brokerages, tour operators, various vendors from shipyards, leasing, booking systems. So any kind of company that works with charter or wants to work or get more business into charter, this is the best place to do it, because everyone is really focused there on growing their business. Even if you're a startup or a company that exists, for decades or years, ICE really is for you if you want to grow your business and meet the people behind the emails and meet the people who, because everything is so digital today. There's so many emails, so many WhatsApp messages. You don't really know who's behind the emails, let's say, or the bookings or behind the yacht that you're about to book. So getting this personal touch and connection with the people is really helpful.
Oh my goodness. It's so, there's so much chat, lately, especially with it being show season of, what's the future of the shows? Do we need them? Are they dying out? Absolutely not. You just can't, yes, email's easy, WhatsApp's easy. And, technology is making business easier, but it's never going to replace that face-to-face, is it? You just can't.
No, emails and WhatsApp, it's really efficient. It's really useful, but you cannot rely on it. Honestly, you can't, especially when, the industry is huge. There's so many kinds of yachts in the industry that are available for charter. You need to know the people who are behind the bookings. You need to know the people who to call in case something goes wrong. You'll be like, oh, Holly, my client is coming to your boat, to your yacht. Something's going on. Please help him. You can't do this if I don't know you personally. So I don't think yacht shows are dying out, especially ICE. I really hope it won't, because I really do see a huge potential for it in the future as well. Even when we grow in the gullets and more super yachts, and you need to know the people. You need to have that personal connection. And
100%
nice.
agree.
It makes everything human.
Oh my goodness, I know, and that's the beauty of it. Just referring back to this industry and people being special in this industry. It wouldn't be this industry without it, would it?
It wouldn't work. Yeah. It wouldn't work well, and I strongly stand by it.
So tell me about the handshake app. So I've heard about it, and as I said, it's my first year at ICE, and somebody yesterday said to me, Holly, it's like speed dating for business.
Yes, you're right. So we actually, so as we've been doing ICE for many years, we've had several matchmaking apps. We've been using already made products, and we realized that nothing fits what we want and what we need. So we actually programmed our own handshake app. So it's called Handshake 2.0.
Okay.
It's a cool modern mobile app where you can find a list of all the companies that are attending our event. Every company has their own profile. You know, you fill in the basic things, what you do, where you're from, what you're offering. And it's a really efficient way to plan your meetings in advance. And we made it really fun because we also added some kind of business Tinder. So based on some kind of algorithms and keywords that we put in, it connects you with people of your interest. So you can swipe left and right also. And you also see the pictures of the people, which makes it fun.
Oh God, I love it.
So it's like a Tinder. So, you know, it shows you, okay, if you're an agent looking for a yacht in Greece, it will show you a list of people, guys and girls, that have yachts in Greece. So you can just swipe left and right. And it makes it fun. But yeah, it's the only tool that makes people want to use matchmaking softwares. And if you come to ICE without it, you're useless, because everybody is trained to use it and everybody uses it because it makes their time really efficient.
Oh my gosh.
So we open it actually
swiping away.
Yeah. We actually open it next week. So everybody has a month's time before ICE, you know, to go through the companies, to plan their meetings, to chat between people and see, you know, if there's a point in meeting somebody or not, to swipe a little bit left and right. So it is, like you said, it is addictive. It's really cool, but really, really useful. So there's no wasted time walking around the show, trying to figure out who's available, who isn't. So it's, even though it's fun, it's really useful. And we plan more than 25,000 meetings per year through the app. So it's a nice number.
Oh my goodness. No, I'm excited to have access to it. This is going to be really fun. So actually,
make sure to put a good photo.
Oh my God.
That's what I tell everybody, put good photos.
Yeah, but then I don't know, because I feel like, I always over commit to too many meetings anyway. I mean, we'll be swiping all over the place. I'll be meeting everyone.
Like I always tell people, take at least 1 or 2 breaks per day, you know, because you never know who you'll meet without these meetings. You need to have lunch, you need to go to the toilet, you need to, you know, have a break, because having meetings every 30 minutes, it's really tiring.
I know.
It's cool, you get so many business cards, but it kills you.
I know. So in Monaco and Cannes, I had a meeting on the hour every hour, and I never learned my lesson. I never factored in any walking time between any of the meetings. Yep. And also it's hot, so you can't walk that fast. I factored in no food, and I was traveling with somebody, and this isn't their first show they've traveled with me. I think it might be their 3rd or 4th. And they were like, this is literally the Holly Smith boat show crash diet. I was like, I can't help it. Like, they're like, I'm starving, you are not feeding me.
Yeah. I know you're there. You want to use your time to the maximum. You want to meet. It's normal. Everybody does it. So my recommendation to everyone is just take at least half an hour break per day. You'll need it. Okay.
Oh my goodness, I'm excited. You've made it sound like a super busy show with lots and lots of people, but put some numbers on it. How many visitors would you expect?
So it is a big show. It is the biggest in the world that's this kind focused in charter. We have around 600 companies altogether. I hope there will be a bit more, but let's say 600 is a big amount. There are around 1,500 people altogether. So when you compare it to the other shows, it sounds like a really small show. There's only 1,500 people. But they're all the decision makers, all the owners, and all the people you actually need to meet to do business.
Right, okay.
So you will never find some kind of hostesses or assistants walking around, you know, handing out some kind of flyers. These are the owners and, you know, the executives that are there for business. So having so many of them under one roof, it's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, it's so valuable, isn't it? Because, you know, everyone there is of use, is the person you need to speak to. Yeah.
Exactly. You won't meet anybody useless.
Yeah, quality over quantity, it sounds like then.
That's what we aim to do. That's why that's why our prices aren't even, let's say, that cheap. I mean, we have normal prices compared to other shows, but we try to have quality over quantity. So.
Sure. Oh my goodness. So, I mean, the charter industry, I mean, it's evolved a lot. I mean, you say, you know, this is the 10th year. So if you look back in the last decade, you know, what changes do you see as the most impactful?
Lots of changes. I think the biggest change is that previously everything was really traditional. So, you know, people were booking yachts and boats. They focused on the destination. So let's say I want to go sailing or yachting to Greece or Croatia, and that was it. Today, everybody's more experience driven. They're all trying to get something added value, not just the yacht and not just who the agent is or something like that. So everybody is more trying to get the experience. I think this is, let's say, the biggest change, and everything is turning out to be online. So the bookings are made online mainly. All of the yachts have virtual tours, which previously didn't exist. You'd come to a yacht, you'd only get 2-3 photos, and that's it. So I think this technology has really helped in evolving the industry, and it's evolved from the traditional model to something modern and cool. But I think everybody who loved yachting or sailing before loves it today, and the new generations that are coming as well are getting to experience something that maybe some of us 20 years ago couldn't have experienced because it wasn't so accessible. So this industry is becoming accessible to many people thanks to all of these cool platforms and tools that we have.
Well, yeah, because I suppose when you think over the last 10 years, I mean, I know better than most, the rise of social media, most of what I do is video content, and it's yacht tours and it's short yacht reels and, creating that excitement. So for people looking to charter, 10 years ago, it may have been a phone call inquiry.
Exactly.
Whereas now.
And a photo or two, and that's it.
Yeah. Whereas now, it's consumable content. They could be scrolling through, TikTok or Instagram and thinking, I need to charter a yacht. Hang on, what is that one? Do you know what I mean? And they're seeing short videos.
Exactly.
Of it. It's great for people like me.
No, it is. It's a positive thing. It's making it accessible to everyone. Everyone can see it. Everyone can maybe book it now because there are easy ways to book it. It's easy to get information on how to book a yacht and where to go.
Isn't it?
People are sharing experiences. So it's not only, let's say, the island of Hvar in Croatia. They're selling the experience of what you can do there, who you can see, what you can buy, which kind of shopping you can do. So all of these things together have really changed over the past few years.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I mean, what about sustainability and sort of responsible chartering? What sort of trends have you noticed there?
Honestly, I can't speak much about it. What I hear, I hear that lots of people are investing in, let's say, hybrid and electric propulsion systems, lots of eco-friendly materials. People are trying to buy more local so that they're not, having bad environmental footprints. But I honestly can't speak much about it because, in my mind, any kind of yacht or any kind of tourism does affect the environment. It does affect the locals positively and negatively. Mm-hmm. So I do hope that people are trying to be more and more environmentally friendly, trying to use solar panels on their yacht, trying to be more, aware of the environment and being sustainable. But I can't really give much insight because I haven't had that much experience.
Sure. And also, when I look at, yacht sales, for instance, the buyers of the yachts are getting younger. Are you seeing any shift in the demographics of the people chartering?
Yes, actually, yes. If you ask my parents 30, 40 years ago when the first time they went sailing it was probably in their 30s. Right. I feel like today everyone can go sailing. Even the kids at 16 or 18, everything is accessible. Even when they go yachting, even the people that might have, might be a bit more wealthier. Of course, I think the demographics has changed a lot, and younger individuals, travelers, they're more and more.
Well, and also I think, when I think about it as well, it's the rise of, were people waiting until they'd retired from their day jobs to go and enjoy their leisure time on the ocean. Whereas now people could work, there's home offices on these, these people, you could charter a yacht for 3 weeks at a time. And because of the rise of hybrid working and the connectivity of the internet, you could be working for those 3 weeks while your family are having a holiday.
Exactly. And this is something completely new. It's still really exotic for me because in a way I'm still kind of traditional. Okay, you have work, you have your holiday, and that's it. Even though we tried to, implement home office here in the office and everything like that. But I think, like you said, more and more people are using this kind of modern living to then experience things outside of work and not waiting until retirement.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Because people went to work 9 to 5 and then they retired at an age, then they enjoyed their life. Whereas it's not like that now so much, is it?
I know it's shifting, and I like the shift. I think it's a good shift. So I think if people can, that they should try to use it to the maximum because, you have one life. It's short. It passes by really fast. So why not experience it somewhere on a yacht in the middle of the Caribbean or something like that?
I know every time I see a home office a yacht office, I suppose. I shouldn't say home office, really. When I'm walking around a yacht, I think work from home from here. Yes, with that view, I definitely could do that, I think. Okay, so
I think lots of people think like that.
Oh my goodness, I know. So, with your life, and you've spoken about the many sort of hats that you wear. How do you balance it all? Is there something I'm missing? What's the magic that you're doing?
Actually, there is no magic. It does sound like a lot of work, and it is a lot of work. Luckily for us, the events are never the projects are never in the same time, so we kind of spread them out throughout the year, which makes everything a lot easier. We focus on ice 11 months throughout the year, so we have 1 month holiday where we don't think about ice, but the other projects are a lot smaller and we do them parallel to ice, so we organize ourselves well. And as I mentioned, if you have a good team and a supporting environment around you, everything is possible. So I think it's not only up to me or to one person. It's taking everything in consideration: the timing management, organization, your team, willingness to do great things, and it works.
And thriving in chaos, probably.
Yeah, but we like it. If you're not the kind of person that likes positive chaos and that it pushes you to be even better, then you won't function. But luckily, we all are this kind of crazy people, so it works.
I love the way you've worded that, positive chaos, because weirdly, whenever I'm describing, because people often say to me, because I've got children and family and I play sport and things like that, everyone's like, how? And I'm like, it's happy chaos. And it's really similar to what you said there, positive chaos.
If you enjoy it, and you don't feel like you're working, that you're actually working, and if you're loving what you do, it works.
Oh my goodness, I know. And that's it, isn't it? I think people in the marine industry, we genuinely love what we do. It's our passion as well as our work.
Yeah.
So you do work probably harder than other industries because we're enjoying it so much,
Yeah, and you give more, even maybe unconsciously you don't you think about work when you're not at work, or when you're driving you think of something, so you're always in it, you're living the yachting world.
Okay, so if you've got a young professional, and this is quite apt actually, because I was having a chat with my daughter who's 14 last night about career possibilities, and as much as I'd love to push her into the marine industry, it's always up to her, but I was talking to her about it. And it's interesting because, I'm quite interested to hear, what advice would you give to somebody younger entering the working world who might be considering the marine industry? What advice would you give them?
If you think that this industry might be of interest and you might enjoy it, go for it. Don't hesitate. It might be hard at the beginning. It might be difficult. It's still, let's say, a manly environment in an industry. So don't be discouraged, but go for it. It's if you enter it, if you find yourself in some kind of job in the industry, you'll love life. So I would highly recommend anyone who can or wants to give it a shot and not give up, because once you get in, like I said, you don't go back.
No, and you know what? I'm always scared to take it for granted, because sometimes I sit there, especially, it's usually around sort of sunset time, and you've had a really busy day, and you're in Monaco or you're in Cannes, and it's looking beautiful, and for a moment I just sit there and I think, this is amazing. Like this moment,
you need to take it
we're living a dream life.
You actually need to take in these small moments of traveling, of seeing these things, these expensive luxury yachts. Even the small tenders are beautiful sometimes. It's you have to take it all in and just enjoy it. Even if you're at a small local show, like here in Croatia or somewhere in Greece, every show, every event has its own positive things and experiences. So just take it all in and enjoy. I can't, like you said, imagine work somewhere else, let's say for other industries that are more corporate or more boring. So I mean, in a good way, people aren't all for these kind of like you said, positive chaos and interesting industries.
Awesome. So if you had a magic wand and you could see one major shift in the industry over the next sort of 5 years, what would it be?
I have no idea. Give me let's play a game. What would you do? What would you say?
Do you know what? I would make it easier for women to enter the industry. I think it's still,
okay, definitely.
Yeah, I think we're making progress. But there are times when I do still feel we are in, numbers wise, we're in a male dominated industry, but also accessibility to sort of, there's a barrier still, when you're dealing with men, in the industry, some are brilliant, but some are still sort of not necessarily treating us in the same way they would treat if they were doing business with a man. It's still there. We are making progress, but I think, and I think that I take this quite personally because I've got 3 young girls and I look at them and it's not necessarily just, just the marine industry, it's the world in general. there are still things that they do that they're at a disadvantage because they're female. And I think that I know we're on a journey. Nothing's going to change overnight, and we are making progress. But I just hope that progress continues enough that it's not as noticeable as it was for me.
I agree. Yeah, a good answer. No. It makes sense. It does make sense. And when you put it like that, yeah, I still don't have kids, so hopefully, in the future soon, I hope to have them. So even if I do have girls like you, it would be something I would probably, have in my mind all the time. So.
Definitely. And I think there should be definitely more shows in glorious locations.
Yes, but don't you think maybe there will be then too many, and they would kind of like people will stop going to some of them, and they will just
There's never too many. Never say that.
No, okay, of course. I just think that maybe they should move around,
Yeah.
every few years to experience some new locations. So not always a one location every year after year. So just move it around. Some in Spain, some in France, some in Turkey. Why not? Why not give benefits and accessibility to some other locations?
Yeah, that's true.
Southeast Asia is, growing. Why not go have some amazing European shows, move there a bit and things like that?
Yeah, I've never really sort of turned my focus to anything over that way, but I would love to. I'd love to experience that. When I look at it, and I think it's so much more accessible to focus where I am in Europe and perhaps the USA. Yeah. The furthest afield I'm going actually is the Antigua Charter Show in December. Cool. Yeah, so that's probably the furthest afield that I've sort of gone because, well, the world's a big place, right? I'm only one person.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. So one final question, which is my favorite question. If you could describe ice in 3 words, what would they be?
Really useful. Okay, that's 2 words, but let it be 1. Okay. Entertaining.
Okay.
Entertaining and a must-go event.
Must-go event.
3 words as well.
You've added way more than 3 words. Oh my goodness. Well, you've definitely made me excited. I cannot wait. It's going to be my first ice, hopefully my first of many. So I'm really looking forward to going and seeing you there.
I really hope you will love it. I look forward to seeing you next month. It's something completely different. You've never seen something like that before, but I'm sure you will talk about it when you come back home. And, let's see each other every year at ICE.
Perfect. Thanks, Antonija. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Holly. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I really hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, then it would be awesome if you could leave a rating or a review. Don't forget to subscribe so you can listen to us again. See you soon.